words. Can I help somebody out? What a great description. An unimpeachable manliness. I wish I had somebody in the house today who said that no matter what I'm going through, you cannot get rid of me. No matter what I've dealt with, you cannot impeach me. Whatever I've done and whatever I've come into contact with, it did not amputate me from the love of God. The Bible tells me in Romans 5 that yet while I'm a sinner, Christ died for me. You only got to say amen, because I know for sure I've been in the dungeon, I've been down in a pit, but at the same time I've been in the palace. And one thing for sure, I can testify that the Lord is good and his mercy is everlasting. And reason. Some of you be prepared and you don't even know it. Some of you are getting ready for where God's getting ready to take you. See, sometimes what's amazing is that God can take you up to give you a glimpse of where he wants you to be. But that's not where he wants you to be. He's just giving you a glimpse, a snapshot. And let me go ahead and give you a snapshot of what's to come next week. You know how the movie does, to be continued. But I want you to understand that Joseph, while he was in the prison, he's there with the baker and the butler. And as he's there with the baker and the butler, the baker starts walking around and the butler is walking around talking about this dream that they had. And all of a sudden Joseph tells them, come on over here and tell me the dream that you had. Because you have to remember that Joseph himself was a dreamer and also was an interpreter of dreams. So here we find that the baker comes and tells him his dream. And he looks at him and says, man, I'm sorry to tell you, but your dream is telling you that you will not be here much longer. But then all of a sudden the butler tells him his dream. The butler tells him a dream. And when the butler tells him a dream, Joseph says, you know what? You're getting ready to get promoted. You're going to be working right next to the Pharaoh. And all of a sudden we find that yes, the baker comes out of prison and yes, he dies. They get rid of him. Then all of a sudden the butler comes out and the dream that he had comes to pass and he is promoted. But I'm here to let you know, before they left out, Joseph said, when butler, we get into Pharaoh's house, just remember me. Tell them that I'm down here trying to do the best that I can. I'm here to let you know, Joseph was not messed up, because you have to understand he was a successful man. No matter where he was, the jail or the dungeon started looking better than whatever had been before. But all of a sudden the butler is promoted, and while the butler is sitting there in the kitchen cutting up tomatoes, cutting up some potatoes, he remembers Joseph down in the dungeon. I'm here to let you know, people of God, just because you may be in the prison and you may feel like you've been forgotten about, there's some seeds that you planted, and somebody has not forgotten that you were still in the prison. Somebody help me in here. How many people right now are sitting in the prison waiting for somebody just to remember you? There's somebody you gave your card to. There's somebody that you talked to. There's somebody who said, you know, whenever you get promoted, just remember me. I'm going to let you know, there's somebody who's a janitor right now who's just sweeping around the building. It's just about to get that view of the whole city office. And all of a sudden when they get into the office, they remember you and they give you a call. At this time, you find the Pharaoh is having dreams. Oh yes, the Pharaoh starts having dreams. And when the Pharaoh starts having dreams, the butler begin to say, I know a man who's an interpreter of dreams. And he said, where is the man? He said, that man is in the prison. Pharaoh says, bring him to me. And just when you thought you were forgotten about, you get a phone call that says, here I am from such and such incorporated. I tomorrow.